So many often people want to say, okay, I want to do great things, I want to do great exploits, but they don't realize that the doing is just one part. The doing comes out of a manifestation of being. Hey everyone, so welcome to Coaching Changes Lives. So glad you can join us this week. Now, if you're new to the channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay tuned with all the latest updates that we have for you. Now, today it's Motivation Monday. So every single Monday we come to you fresh with some new motivational insights that inspires you and to get you moving the week. Now, I really hope that every single message that we give to you would really inspire you, not just you, but also your clients in the whole journey towards conversation mastery as well as coaching for change. Now, one of the things we really believe in is that coaching is not just for coaches, but coaching is for everyone. All of us need a coach to really help us through our daily lives, daily work, as well as relationships as well. So really excited to share with you the word today. Now, the word today, it's greatness within. Greatness within. Now, so often many people have asked me and say, hey, Jedi, what do we mean by greatness within? And how do we actually tap that? How do we actually go deeper in it? And what do we mean by greatness? Do you mean that all of us has greatness? Does it mean that what's the pursuit of greatness? What really is greatness about? Now, one of the things that I love to watch is I love to play with kids and I love to see them grow. My children as well, when I see them, they can be playing all day long, but they are never tired. They can be running every single day around, and we think that we need to give them more things. We think that we need to bring them to a park. We think that we need to bring them to the swimming pool. We think that we need to bring them to the amusement park, or to buy things for them to get them excited. But when we observe them, something amazing happened. So over the weekends, what happened was this, right? I wanted to bring them for some fishing, but I was kind of tired and I was thinking, okay, rather than fishing, what else can we do at home? But interestingly, the more I thought about what they can do at home, the more I saw how they were so participative in the environment that they have and create ideas, games, activities, curiosity that really engage themselves. So too often, when we see from the lens of an adult, we see things very limited. But in the lens of children, they see things unlimited. There are countless of possibilities when we see them. They will be running around. They can make imaginary objects. Like I was remembering, my kids were taking up their skipping ropes, and they were and you thought that they were blank skipping, right? But one of the things that we want to see greatness in is that when they took the skipping rope, my older one took the end of one handle, and my younger one took the hand of the other handle, and they began to sing. So they were talking to each other over that little microphone, and so it was really interesting to see how they could transform a regular object like a skipping rope into something that's exciting, something that's fun. And when I saw that they were having so much fun, they were having so much love and so much, and they were having so much energy running around, it was so amazing. And when we saw that, and when I see that as well, I saw not just someone or children with limitations. I saw them as children with unlimitations. There's totally nothing that's limiting them. They're not going to be pressured by society. They're not going to be pressured by the environment. They're not going to be pressured by things that they don't have or things that they do have. But they're just going to enjoy every single moment. And that truly, to me, it's greatness. Greatness is not in the things that we have, but it's in the things that's on our hands that will make them great. And greatness is not just a state of doing, but a state of being. Who we are and how we be, it's more important than what we do. So many often people want to say, okay, I want to do great things, I want to do great exploits, but they don't realize that the doing is just one part. The doing comes out of a manifestation of being. Too often people are looking for that. How do I become great? How do I become great at this? How do I become great at that? How do I become great at coaching? How do I become great at leadership? How do I become great at speaking? How do I become great at doing this task or that task or another task? How do I become great at that? Well, the secret is this: is to stop trying to be great and start being, and start realizing that you have greatness within. Now, remember the story that I was telling you about my children over the weekends? So they were having so much fun, and I thought that they would probably extinguish that thing in just a couple of minutes. But to my surprise, they began to do something else. So they took a trolley and they tied that skipping rope around, and now they were pulling the skipping rope around with the trolley behind them. And it was really interesting. I was fascinated how one simple object in their minds become countless of different ways that they can use, countless of permutations, and it bewilders me to think, why is it that as adults in organizations, leaders of huge organizations as well, are limited in their creativity and innovation? Now, the future of economy is this. The future of economy, it's all about innovation and creativity. That company or that organization or that business who's able to innovate themselves again and again and again will be the one that can stand the test of time. So think about this. When Apple was first founded, they went through many different struggles, and even up to today, they're constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of innovation. My challenge to all of us is this: greatness, one of the fruits of greatness is innovation. Innovation is one of the fruits of greatness. In my multi-series episode, I'm going to share with you different episodes about what greatness will produce. So today I'm going to share with you how innovation is produced by being in a state of greatness. So think about this. Let me share with you some thoughts, and this will help you inspire the ideas that you may have about around greatness. So let's take a look at this. So one of the 3 questions I usually ask for people to really inspire them to think about how to tap into the greatness within us: have we stopped imagining? Have we stopped imagining? Have we stopped dreaming? Have we stopped having fun? How can we create moments where we can dream, where we can soar, where nothing seems impossible? How do we do that? How do we create that? So too often, when I speak to adults, when I speak to youths, when I speak to seniors, and I said, hey, when was the last time you gave yourself the space to dream? When was the last time you gave yourself the space to imagine? When was the last time you gave yourself the space to soar? When was it? So comment in the section below and say, hey, share with me, when was the last time you began to dream and imagine? Put them down below. And what were you dreaming of? Do you give yourself space? Or were you distracted by the work that comes in, or by societal pressures, or by family commitments, or by relationships that seems to stifle your ability to dream and your ability to imagine? Now, the imagination of a child, it's unlimited. And have you ever wondered, why is it as they grow up in the age that it seems that they become less and less innovative? Has that got to do with our environment that we put them in? Has that got to do with the education that we put them in? Too often we think of education, in schools as the only pathway, but we don't realize that formal education doesn't do much. Formal education does do something, but it doesn't do much for the child. What the child really needs is the education of life. How they can take learnings from life itself. How they can take learnings from the areas around them. How they can utilize things that's around them. Take simple objects like a skipping rope and make it so fun. So, one of the things I like to see is that, right, when you give kids some cardboard. So one of the days, we were having some empty cardboard boxes, and we said, hey, we wanted to throw them away. But the kids say, no, can we cut them up? And then let's play with it. Let's create a mask over it. And so you see, so what we did was that the whole afternoon we began to cut out the cardboard boxes and make into a helmet and into a mask. And now the imagination began to soar, and they began to dream that they were like flying as astronauts in space and moving around, having so much fun and having all that fun together. So one of the interesting fruits thereof is this: innovation will produce enjoyment and satisfaction. Innovation will produce satisfaction and enjoyment. But before that can happen, you must tap into the greatness that's within you. Now, you'll be surprised that all the imagination and possibilities can really come forth and birth forth if we just give ourselves the time and space to tap into the greatness within. Sometimes I get adults to think about, if you were a child, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about clumsiness or looking silly, right? Like little children, they look silly, but they're having so much fun. They're having such creative insights. One of the things that I enjoy a lot is by observing them. When I observe them, sometimes I get new ideas, new insights, new discoveries. And I said, hey, why is it that nothing seems to falter them? Nothing seems to impede them from having fun. Even if they can't go out. I remember during the pandemic and the lockdown, we were not able to get out of the house. Can you imagine children not being able to get out of their house and they're stuck at home? So in our minds as adults, we think, oh, that is terrible. We need to get out. We need to get some fresh air, right? But for children, guess what? They were at home for so long, for weeks after months. And what happened was this: every single day, they would look for things to explore. They look for new ideas, new things to play and enjoy. Now that is a big difference. The difference of possibilities and impossibilities, the differences of resources and resourcefulness, the difference of wanting to be great and being great. That's too different. Too often we as coaches, as leaders, as speakers, we want to pursue that greatness. But you see, the more you try to pursue, the more it runs away from you. It's really like the cat trying to catch its tail. The more the cat tries to catch its tail, it's going around in circles. The more you try to chase after greatness, greatness will run away from you and you're going around in circles. My approach to coaching, my approach to speaking, my approach to greatness is this: don't look at the greatness. Focus on the thing that's ahead of you, your destination. Focus on that thing that's in front of you, because greatness will come. You being great will come when you focus on realizing that you are already great within, and you're allowing that to shine forth. When you move forward, the tail will follow. The tail of innovation, the tail of enjoyment, the tail of satisfaction will follow. So many people say, I want this to have that, I want this to have that. So they're focused on the wrong things. They're focused on the minor things. Think about this. When children are playing, do they think about, what do I have for lunch? What am I going to have for this? No, they just simply say, Mom, Dad, I'm hungry, right? Do they think about, when I'm going to get my next meal or what I'm going to play next? No, they're always living in the moment. Once we get older, we tend to forget how to live in the moment, how to enjoy being present in the moment. I can tell children are very present in the moment. For one moment, you may be scolding them, they may be upset, but the next moment, they can be hugging you and loving you for who you are. And that's the beauty that I want to share with you guys on Motivation Monday. That, hey, if you're listening to this message and you're wondering, why is my Monday seem to be so blah, so lethargic, so uncreative, my inspiration to you is this. See yourself through the lens of your inner child. Tap on the greatness within and see how you can dream different, how you can imagine things different, how you can utilize the thing and just have fun. Dedicate a portion of the day just to have fun. Dedicate a portion of the day just to dream and innovate. I know some companies, some organizations, they give their employees, a days off in a year to really just do anything that they want, explore. What this does to the brain is something amazing. Now, the thing about organizations is we are put into like a meal chain, and we just go around in circles like little hamsters going around in circles again and again and again, but not realizing that the circles that we go around is not helping us. We sometimes, as a human, we need to take breaks, getting out of the context, exploring things, do some gardening, do some pottery, do some music, do some dance, do some arts, do some science, do something different that you're always doing in the mundane. That will add a whole new dimensionality of creativity, of innovation, of ideas, of concepts that will take you to a whole other level. And that is my inspiration for you. I said, hey, take some breaks for yourself, practically. Take some breaks for yourself and say, give yourself a 1 day or maybe half a day or 2 hours of your time to do something that you would not otherwise have done. Now, this will add innovation to your organization, will add innovation to your own personal life as well, and allow you to go deeper within and say, hey, how do I tap into the greatness within? How do I do that? Now, you don't have to do that to, go to a meditative place, to go to somewhere far away to meditate. No, we are living in the hustle and bustle of life. How do we do that practically? Well, simple steps are this: taking time off, just doing nothing, being you, doing some self-reflection, right? Getting a pen to pen out. Or sometimes what I get coaches to do or clients to do is to paint what they're seeing on the inside. And sometimes what I get people to do is to visualize what they are imagining. If nothing is stopping them, no limitations at all, how would they visualize their life? How would they visualize their business? How would they visualize the way they communicate? How would they visualize the excitement, the exuberance from within? Many speakers come to me and say, hey, Jedi, should I go and attend Toastmasters? Should I attend this? Should I attend that? Should I attend this course to go and improve my speaking? I tell them one thing: you can try all that, but one thing is true. Who you are will always shine through your speech. Who you are will always shine through the structures, the formalities. What you want is to work on yourself, and then out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth will speak. Out of the abundance. So what I would say this, right? What you believe that you will speak, what you believe that you will leave out. So what you want to know is this: think about are there areas of your life that you've limited yourself because you think that, I'm not good enough, I'm not great enough, right? Start changing that to say, hey, there's greatness within. I've yet to experience that yet. I've yet to manifest that yet, but I know that there's hidden potential within. The hidden greatness is within me. There's hidden creativity. There's hidden innovation. There's hidden ideas that's within me that will birth forth. Think about all the innovations on planet Earth. All mankind's innovations were never in existence. The space shuttle was never in existence. The airplane were never in existence. The cars were never in existence. But all those were birthed from innovation. When we look back in time, we see that those were great innovations. But in the moment of creation, we will know. But you know what? The great thing about this is this: experimentation always produces a sense of satisfaction and joy. When I look at my children, when they're experimenting in different ways they can use the skipping ropes, that produces a whole new dimensionality of joy, a whole new level of ways of application as well. So if you want to think about new ways of application of your skill sets, of your tools, of your ideas, of your concepts, think about how you're going to do it. Experiment with it. Try it out. Just applying in different contexts, even force fitting, even things that doesn't seem to come together, you try them, right? Putting them together and say, hey, Could this work? Could that not work? Even in the field of science, we know this concept called biomimicry, right? Mimicry is where we copy something else and say, hey, how do we use that? How do we adapt? How do we study animals and see how that can happen for mankind? How do we study animals to see how we can improve robotics? So you realize that even scientists are using that. What about our own life? How do we study things and help us to see and experiment with different things and to tap into the goodness within and to produce the quality life that we desire? So there you have, this is Motivation Monday. This is Jada here, really speaking to you from my heart. And I like to come to you, with a sense of joy and a sense of to inspire you, just one conversation at a time. If there's nothing you get out of this conversation, I just hope that this one message about greatness within will inspire you. And this story of how little children can take up little things around them and make into amazing imaginations that goes beyond any form of lack of resources or a lot of resources as well, but just enjoying the moment each step of the day. So there you have. I hope this Monday has been useful for you and beneficial for you. How you're going to see the rest of your Monday will truly inspire you. Now, if you're watching this across any part of the days of the week, also it's fine, right? Because sometimes on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, our energy goes down and we need a little more boost in our life. And I hope this series will really boost you. Now, if you want to check out more of our motivation videos, do check out our playlist. We have a whole series of that. And every single week, I come to you with fresh new videos on how to inspire you, how to motivate you, how to push you forward, and to really challenge you to take you to the next whole new level. So this is Jada here at Coach Jin's Lives. Until next time, I'll see you in our next video.